Lost in Space is a new series on Netflix that reimagines the 1960s TV show about the Robinson family who get, well, lost in space, and the adventures they go on trying to find their way home. In this version, the Earth has a ecological, astrological disaster that forces people to have to relocate to Alpha Centauri, and one of the colonization vessels comes under attack by alien robots and causes the Robinsons to take their little individual spaceship and crash land on a nearby planet. They also crash land alongside a number of other spaceships from the colony vessel. So it's not just them as the only character, or rather the only human characters in the show. The first 3 episodes of the 10 episode series are like a little mini movie almost, where it copes with them crashing and just trying to get to a level of surviving. It could have gone out as its own sort of movie length pilot or introduction show. After that you meet up with other survivors, most notably obviously Don West and Dr. Smith, who in this isn't quite the same sort of mischievous person as in the original TV series. It's played by Parker Posey, and she plays her much more as a psychopath, in that she has no guilt, no real compassion for other people that she doesn't use or fake to her own advantage, and she is solely out for what she can get. She steals her sister's place on the colonization trip. She kills a man when it turns out he might find out who she is, and she has nefarious plots throughout the series. And you don't actually get a lot of Dr. Smith in it, and I'm not sure that I actually liked her character. It's just Parker Posey doing Parker Posey, but I didn't think the Dr. Smith character was very well used. Don West is really well used, because obviously in the original series he was just a guy, Major Don West, that was on the trip, and he sort of got pushed to the sidelines in all the episodes as they used to focus on Will, Robot and Dr. Smith. But in this he's much more fleshed out, and a sort of roguish, Han Solo-ish type character, you know, in that he's trying to work deals, and he openly admits that he's out to try and, you know, better himself and get money and, you know, benefit as much as he can from relocating to Alpha Centauri. The Robinson family themselves are really well thought out characters, and there's a lot of depth in them without there being to be a lot of backstory. You've got tensions between the parents, who are really well played by their respective actors. They were about to go through a divorce before they decided to leave Earth, and you see that relationship develop and change. You've got little Will, who obviously bonds with Robot, who is an alien robot that he unknowingly reprograms to be his friend. And then you've got Penny, who's a sort of, she's not a tween, I think she's a teenager. I'm not sure if they say her age, but I'm guessing it's around 15, 16 years old. And, you know, her main concern is that she won't have any friends, and, you know, as soon as she sees a boy her age that she can get with, she starts like having little plans to get with him, which is nice. And then you've got Judy, who's an 18-year-old doctor. And she has a nice plot, and they don't just pair her up with Don Smith, which you think is going to happen from the off, that you just got to sort of pair these people off. She has her own sort of character story, and she learns and grows, that she can't just, you know, stay on the same track. She has to do, you know, realise that her actions have consequences is enough to say without ruining too much of it. It's a good show. It's well paced, there's a lot of tension throughout it. It doesn't lag, and it doesn't fall into a pit of sort of melodrama, and it doesn't do what the CW type shows do, where there's lots of talk about emotions and people just fill in episodes and treading water by just chatting about, well, just rubbish, just filler material. when you find out that there are other people on the planet, I suddenly thought, oh, it's not going to be like the 100, is it? And it's not. They soon move along from that. The only thing I felt a little bit cheated with was the whole series is based on them trying to get off this planet, and then as soon as they do, they move along right at the very end of the series to another universe, well, not another universe, sorry, another galaxy through some sort of wormhole, and you feel that maybe they should have got there halfway through this series, but perhaps due to budgetary constraints that wasn't possible, because it was obviously cheaper to film just in a forest location and put all your special effects into the robot and the few, you know, sci-fi scenes that you have in it. It's well thought out, people acting the way that you would expect people to act. No one really does anything too stupid. The other good thing is people look like normal people in this, whereas were it on a different network or produced by a different studio, everyone would just be ripped and beautiful. In this, everyone looks like a normal human being that you would see on the street. What sort of made myself and my wife chuckle was when you see Don Smith, who's sort of meant to be this young, you know, attractive, hunky guy. Yeah, he's a good looking guy, no problem with that, but he's got a little bit of a tummy on him, and he's not got a huge set of pecs, and you can't see his abs through his shirt. And if this was, say, a CW show like Riverdale, that would not be the case. And all the late women as well look like normal women that you would see anywhere else. They're not all glamorous all the time, they don't have perfect hair, and they're much more realistic representations. The final point on this is that people say about not enough strong female roles. The mother in this is clearly the main driving character and in control of the family and the ship, and she makes heroic decisions and does heroic things, and she certainly has her share of the action and the plot lines in this, and I think that's nice to see, because obviously she's a mother and she wants to look after her family, and she puts the husband in his place when she needs to. So yeah, Lost in Space, definitely worth watching. It's only 10 episodes long. I hope it comes back for a second series sooner rather than later, because I feel that it leaves you on a very annoying, purposeful cliffhanger, but definitely worth watching. Oh, one other thing. One of my main annoyances with the latest crop of sci-fi things is the spaceships are all dark and dank. Star Trek Discovery had it, that Cloverfield Paradox had it. In this, the spaceship has been designed with light bulbs that work and illuminate it, and it's great. You can see what's going on, you can imagine people living in it, and it sounds stupid, but when you see it, you'll understand. And also the spaceship itself has got lots of little design nods to things like the Millennium Falcon, some of the doorways and the way that they're set up. The Nostromo, I think Nostromo, the one off Alien, the first Alien film, and the original Battlestar Galactica series as well. There's lots of little design features that I know they've put in there, and I'm sure there'll be some bloody nerdy video saying all the Easter eggs you've missed and that. But just watch it and enjoy it, and if you spot some of the little features and the little callbacks to the original series or other sci-fi series, then, you know, take them for what they are and enjoy yourself.